This might be the best beer in the world, and you're not going to be able to buy it for much longer. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and yes, today I'm taking a look at what might be the best beer in the world yet again. The best beer in the world is a series that I'm doing where I take beers that I already know I absolutely love and adore and try and convince you of the same. It's not about finding the singular best beer in the world, but it's about showcasing those that I think at least are maybe worthy of that moniker. And today we have my homegrown hero. It's Blue Monkey's Gorilla Stout. For very long time viewers of this channel, you are probably bored of me talking about Blue Monkey. I waffle on about them a lot. They are my closest brewery, and frankly, I've adored them forever. Thanks to this channel, I actually now know them personally, which is even better. But since before doing this YouTube lark, I really did never quite shut up about the monkey that is blue, or in this case, the Gorilla. This is a stout, a proper no-nonsense stout coming in at 4.9%, and I do genuinely think it might be the best regular no-nonsense stout in the world. Which of course makes it the perfect candidate for this series, but this video very nearly never happened. This has already been discontinued once, and it's about to be discontinued again. Time for what is hopefully a short story. Over the past few years, as many other breweries have had to do, Blue Monkey have adapted. They've modernized, they've gone down the more craft-centric route, smaller batches, more expensive beers that will ultimately are better and more interesting, and it's done well for them. The flip side to that though is that a lot of their stouts are more speciality stouts. A lot of them are based off this but with extra steps, and well, rightfully so, they go into that more premium craft range to the point that simply the regular Gorilla Stout, the standalone, the origin story if you like, was not selling particularly well. So they said, we're not going to do it in bottles anymore. You're just going to be able to get the additive versions. They do a cinder toffee version amongst many others. That's a particularly common one, or popular one should I say. And they do a nitro Gorilla, which is the same stuff but a can flushed with nitrogen a la Guinness effectively. And they're great, but for me nothing quite beats the OG, so I was very sad to hear they were getting rid of it. Then, much to my surprise, a few weeks ago, ta-da, it's back, and it's back, but actually it's also back and on offer because they have to get rid of all the bottles because the UK government are now going to start charging them per bottle because bottles are heavy and make more waste apparently, which, well, this isn't a political show so I'm not going to say anything, but it seems like a pretty dull idea to me just because beer is better in bottles, and that is my opinion. So as I say, this core beer isn't going anywhere as such, but you're not going to be able to buy it in the bottle form for your own home. As far as I know, they have no plans to release just the regular version in a can alongside the nitro. So basically, if you want the original, you've either got to have it flushed with nitrogen or on a proper cask hand pull in a pub, which is the best way to drink it. Don't get me wrong, we're not losing it forever, but there's no guarantee then, I guess, unless you go to one of their pubs, incidentally, which is going to be more easy to do soon, but talk about that in a bit. But yes, this is going to be like the last hurrah of having these in the house. So for those that haven't seen them before, yeah, it's a fairly militant looking gorilla, or it's not a gorilla, in fact it's a baboon I believe on that one, and on all of them, which technically I think isn't even a monkey, which people also like to put in the comments. But yes, their standard fare labelling on the bottles. This is brand new, picked it up from the brewery today. I am very excited to get it open. The problem when it comes to Blue Monkey is I like them so much that every time I waffle on about them, I feel like it sounds like an ad. It's not. I just genuinely am that enthusiastic, and they're not paying me for this. I bought this bottle maybe with a smidge of discount, but I still paid for it. And this is genuinely what I believe to be just one of the best out there, honestly, if not the best straight up stout. Not many people in this day and age seem to appreciate the standard stout. There'll be people that say they like stout, and what they mean is they like Guinness, which I also like, but let's be honest, it's not the depthiest out there. It's really a bit of a light porter with a load of extra nitrogen added to make it feel creamy, which is lovely, but it's not the big heavy roastiness that you get out of this. And just for old time's sake, that is a proper crummy pour going on there, so wait for that to calm down. This is the opposite. It has body, it has style, but it's big, it's rich, it's roasty. It's a proper winter drink, and I'm sat here at the end of May in 20+ degree weather, so maybe not the best time for it, but I had to include it in this series before it finally disappears off the shelves forever. So yeah, it just hits the nail on the head. This is one of those they've just been doing for the longest time, and if I were to do my desert island disc, which I guess is kind of what this whole series is really, the beers that I think are the best in the world, this is going on it, no questions asked. And well, like I said to you before, it's going to be easier to get hold of a pint of the real thing because they already own a handful of pubs, which is fantastic. But finally, after some time, they are going to be opening their own tap room. Now, when this video comes out, it might already be open because they're just sat waiting really just to get the final all clear to open the doors. So fingers crossed that has already happened by the time you see this, and you can go and get yourself a pint of this in person right next door to where it's made. And again, not an ad, just genuinely quite excited by the prospect. Okay, we have something that looks almost like a normal pint. It's actually got a little dimple in the top there, but it is a proper pitch black stout. There is the tiniest bit of a reddy brown hue down in this corner here that I can see with the studio light on it, but that is a properly bright light. So yeah, it's a pitch black stout, basically 4.9%. So it's not the strongest, doesn't need to be, it's not the point of it, but most stouts at 4 to 5% aren't knocking in with something that deep and rich visually. So you know they're using all the best ingredients. At least that is my interpretation of it. My fanboyism coming to light there. But yes, aroma wise, it's a solid, just I know it's got a bit in the brewery today that has actually got that beautiful kind of freshly fermented vibe about it that just absolutely hits. There's a hint of kind of, I need to try and pick out these specific, I don't want to just say dark fruits because I say it all the time. It's got like a very distinct like black currant and red currant combo. Like it really is nicely softly fruited. You're not getting a huge amount of the roastiness, at least through that thick foamy head that's on there at the minute. A little bit of a vanilla twang coming through, but anyway, it smells fantastic. Let's give it a go. Cheers. Someone said in a video recently that I do too many cuts, especially when it comes to trying things. Like they want to see that initial reaction, that's straight away. This is it. And I can see why that is probably a good idea now, because yeah, it's just brilliant. I need to describe it, but right now I can't. I need another sip and just to take a moment. This is going to be quite an interesting review because of how fresh this bottle is. Now I know they bottle off site and bring it back in, so it's not like it's been done today, but pretty sure in the last week or so, because it's not had time to over-fuggle itself. I don't mean the fuggles hops. I mean beer, when it sits around, the longer it sits, the more uniform the flavour and the aroma becomes in my experience. They start to kind of affect one another. When it's fresh, the aroma can be nothing like the base beer. And of course, you know, some beers buck the trend, but in general, that is what I've found. And the aroma on this, still, it's just super fresh. It's weirdly hoppy for what is a non-hoppy beer. Like you're getting some real nice springy notes off there, along with the fruit and the vanilla. Twangs of chocolate coming through now. Now my body's starting to get a little bit used to it. It smells absolutely divine. And then the flavour, malty, roasty, quite bitter, bit of a twang at the back of the chops there, and it's just got this mouth drying, well, it's brilliant. It is chocolate, it is coffee, it is licorice, as pretty much all stouts are, but there's something about this that's just that bit extra. And the extra, I think, in this is a bit of an oxymoron, because it's what it's not doing. It's what it's not giving you. And that is an edge, a spike, a particular note. This is driving home what it means to be a properly balanced beer. And that is something that I've complained about lots in recent years. The craft movement, for all its positives, has brought out a need to, it's basically one-upmanship. It's to bring out something that just does one particular thing more than anyone else does it. And that's fine for a branding exercise, but the reality is it's just too much of one flavour. This is balanced precision, and, well, I'm going to be very upset when I can't just go and buy a case of those when it comes to the autumn time, because when the sun sets early and it's a bit cool outside, I don't think there's anything else I'd really rather be drinking. And that is a massive thing to say. There are heaps of, you know, big, robust German beers, loads of Belgian stuff that I think are, as an experience, a more of an event, let's say. They are a bigger, brasher thing. And they're more memorable, probably. But it's not always about memorable. Because if everything's memorable, you remember nothing. This is the best of an everyday beer. And it's so good it feels bad to call it an everyday beer, but stylistically it kind of is a 4.9% stout. We're verging on old man territory here, and, well, if that's what you get for being an old man, I look forward to it, because it really is just that good. No, the camera hasn't frozen. It's just that I am still genuinely wondering why. Because it's not putting anything on the table. It's just, it has to be just the balance. And is there a nostalgia kick in this for me? Possibly. Now, in this series, I try and give a story. I try and tell you why, the where, the when, how I discovered it, and all the rest of it. I have enjoyed this beer for so long, I've got no idea when I first tried it. It was probably at the Nottingham Beer Festival, if I'm honest. It's likely, I mean, I'm talking a long time ago. The Blue Monkey started, I think, in 2008, which means there's a good chance I tried this before 2010. And, yeah, my memory's not that good. I'm confidently say I've had over 16 years of Gorilla in my life, and, well, the idea that it might be not as easy to get in my life going forward does make me just a bit sad. Yes, it is absolutely fantastic, and if you get a chance to go to their new tap room, there will be lots of exciting beers on, and of course I recommend you try them all, but maybe just kick things off with a cask pint of the regular Gorilla, because if you're a stout fan like me, you could do far, far worse. So, have you tried this beer? What do you think? Am I overrating it? Is there another straight up kind of 4 to 5.5% stout in the UK that you definitely think absolutely beats this hands down? Let me know in the comments, please. I would love to know all of your opinions, but that really is all I've got to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.